and welcome to Chicago Reacts. My name is Lauren, and today I am going to be looking at a Max0r video. Yay! This is going to be fun. I enjoy the Max0r videos. It's always a treat when he's going to when he shows up. So I can't wait. We're talking about Red Dead Redemption 2 situation is insane. I don't know what situation he's talking about. I barely know what Red Dead Redemption is, except for it's like there's horses. So we're back to form with me not knowing the game that he's talking about. Aren't we excited for that? So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you're going to enjoy this. If you want to see more stuff, if you want me to look into more Red Dead Redemption stuff, I will. But yeah, so we got to start strong, drunk. So let's go. I don't remember the Max0r drinking game rules, but there are plenty. So when I remember that something happens that's in the drinking game, I'll take a drink and you drink with me, yeah?
Drunk driving. You know it, you love it, we do not condone it.
We do not.
In any way, shape, or form. No matter how funny it looks, I am neither encouraging my viewers to booze nor to cruise.
Good.
But I am going to commit several felonies that have not been invented yet.
Cool.
Red Dead Redemption 2 is the greatest drunk driving simulator that I have ever played, with a funny cowboy game attached to it.
Oh,
and I want to say that compared to the various
oh my God.
and inebriation transportations, that the cowboy part is pretty alright too. Taking place in one of the most massive, beautiful, and fleshed out worlds in gaming, with the greatest protagonist I've ever experienced, the greatest villain I've ever seen, and the most hated villain I've ever seen, if I've only played one singular video game. And considering the absolute size of this bitch,
wow,
that is a possibility. Of course, that is Red Dead Redemption 2 before the miraculous experience that is modding the game until John is building his house during a violent insurrection. So if you are new to this channel, please allow me to describe to you the premise of this video.
Okay,
I do not explain games. I do not make them easier to understand. I add to the mystery of not playing the game by continuously spreading misinformation about it. And I am going to back up everything I am saying with the most legitimately unhinged video evidence that is so...
Yes, all of that is true.
So absolutely choreographed, so meticulously constructed that I've planned out every single angle for every single shot in this video. And sometimes I will make the screen do this. So join me as we recount the themes, story, and...
I mean, his editing, as always, very on point.
Gameplay of this fantastic software.
One day White Claw will sponsor me, and it'll be a great day, by the way.
As experienced through the dying brain of a schizophrenic man, where we will learn nothing, accomplish nothing, and flat out black out by going full throttle at empty bottle. Starting with Chapter 1.
So like in BioShock, you can have a feat called Booze Hound, which gives you health every time you drink, and I always take it. Also because like if I'm playing BioShock, I tend to click around really, really quickly, and then I end up accidentally drinking a lot of alcohol, and it hurts you. So as soon as the feat comes up, I'm like, yoink, now I can drink to my heart's content in this underwater hellhole. It's great, I love it. Drinky, drinky, drinky. Hi.
Everyone hates Chapter 1, so we're gonna skip that shit.
Okay. Chapter 2, this is bad because I edited it first. It gets better after this. Okay, I trust you.
I broke the goddamn wheel.
Flying down from the tutorial in a completely random direction, the gang finds themselves in the beautiful, wide-open countryside of New Hanover, representing new opportunities, green pastures, and a fresh start for all the kidnapping and murder that we have intently planned on fitting. I
love that he's like playing it like GTA.
see absolutely no consequences for this, as Dutch is a very stable man.
Hello, Dutch.
Plan.
What?
Money.
All right, Dutch, I'd follow you unquestioningly for several years.
To emphasize our newfound freedom from the parasitic authorities, haha, look at this guy, he's trying to fund Social Security. The game offers us a great deal of discretion, allowing us to terrorize the public with various methods hitherto unknown by quantum mechanics. And if I decide that I want to sit here for 2 hours and smoke 500 cigarettes, then it is my God-given right to do so.
Yeah,
the founding fathers died for this shit, and now so will I. For an example of just one night I had in the town, I dragged a man through a river of human shit.
You dragging...
Antagonized random dudes.
I have been managing to like catch most of them. most of the jokes here. Just, I am a fucking Max0r video watcher. It's true. He caught me. He caught me. I am catching most of them, which is why I'm not pausing as much as I sometimes / every time do on these. I'm gonna try and see what I can do without that.
On the street, entered the saloon, got absolutely plastered on gasoline, got into a bar fight, lost in a bar fight, quickly made an exit by flying through the window, and discovered the amazing risk-free joys of drunk driving. This is not an endorsement of dangerous behavior, as the beer actually improves your driving skills.
They don't make the noises.
This is not an endorsement of dangerous
They just don't make horses the way they did
behavior,
that
as the beer actually improves your driving skills.
Oh, fun.
80% of crashes are caused by sober drivers. But what makes Blue Do Bamboozle, Green Themed Reconvene, Yeller Feller Endeavor, Black Sack Get 'em Back, and Turquoise Purloined Embroiling 2 into a really fun series of games that I will be cutting between at random intervals is the fact that public harassment in this world is not only entertaining and morally justifiable, but is in fact extremely profitable. As about 90% of all minor altercations will end in a gunfight, making the ensuing murder and kidnapping a reasonable act of self-defense, and giving me the obligation to ensure their property is returned to its rightful owner.
Lovely. Me. It's me is the rightful owner.
Exactly as the founding fathers intended. Speaking of being highly profitable and courteous to our fellow man, if you happen to be a big fan of the root of all evil, then this is essentially the perfect software, as all gameplay mechanics, story, and general premises of this game revolve solely around the acquisition of money, making this possibly the most realistic game ever set in America. You can make money by exploring the map. Actually, never mind. Don't do that. It's a little snowy out here. Committing a highway robbery, that never actually works. Committing highway murder, riding into a ranch and skinning every single animal.
Oh, you're gonna become El Chupacabra, huh?
Slowly. Old MacDonald fucking had a farm, turning into a bird and asking people for seeds, robbing a train, evading the pursuing gang stalkers, stealing the entire train, and reminiscing on the beauty of America's once fabulous high-speed rail network, as well as helping numerous individuals actively
It's gunfights on the train. Never mind.
Begging the player for a taste of delicious lead. But by far the most efficient way to make money is also the avenue by which you spend.
Oh, interesting.
We are fucked. And no, I am not referring to gambling again, though that is a very efficient and safe prospect, as I reserve the right and privilege to summon 90 Cheetos whenever I lose a hand, but rather through engagement with the various schemes and heists made available by our fellow criminals, which of course will have no long-term consequences, as Dutch is very eager to inform us. Because yes, though I do in fact work for an extremely high premium, our main task is not only the advancement of our wealth, but that of our entire camp of quirky characters, who after routinely performing Balkan-level massacres for, and donating millions of dollars to the max-level camp, we'll have Dutch turn around and tell me that we need to do just one more score, and that he needs just a little more money, as he has spent the entire camp budget on fucking candles.
Someone who is good at the economy, please help me. My plan is falling apart.
Well, Dutch, have you tried not spending so much on candles?
The candles are a key part of my plan, Orchard, and I find it disrespectful that you're bringing them up again.
Candles are kind of expensive, which is kind of funny, but they're very expensive.
Frankly, Black Lung, I don't think I can see enough around here.
Like, I would appreciate it if you fucking killed yourself.
As you can probably tell by this point, the only thing more batshit than the basic gameplay is the advanced gameplay. Moving from location, thing more batshit than the basic gameplay.
The basic gameplay is doing this for 94 hours straight.
Is the advanced game.
Actual dialogue. I don't want any trouble.
Moving from location to beautiful location and chronicling the story of the Vanderlyn gang as they literally cannot stop killing people.
Nope.
Or most accurately,
a good plan is always killing people.
Cannot stop ordering you to kill people specifically.
Oh,
like, there's this mission in game where I'm escorting women to the store and it made me reconsider my opinion on the franchise. It is truly incredible how much faster draft horses were in 1890.
Wow.
Dude, this car kicks ass. And
that's crazy.
While I'm driving.
For another example of a productive money-making activity,
Was that a bear? I thought it was a capybara at first. And I was like, what is that doing? I was like, wait, it's a bear.
favorite mission is definitely the one where you go to the saloon and get so shit-faced that you begin to be haunted by the numerous ghosts of your dead friend Lenny, whose accident was unavoidable, yet the regret still haunts our protagonist to this day.
Sorry, Lenny.
Could go on. But if I were to talk about all the missions, we would be here for an extended runtime, longer than the entirety of Breaking Bad, with 20 hours to spare. So forgive me if my insane rambling happens to pass over some details, like the amazing side quest where you play as the secret gang member, Bones Vanderland, who honestly was a pretty positive influence on the gang overall, and had a lot to say about anti-skeleton racism. And
Amazing.
I know this is going to piss off a lot of my viewers, but these guys deserve reparations, and my channel is no place for the calciphobic. Rather,
I love
we are
the
instead
bone
going to focus on
guy.
the overall story of the gang and how it closely parallels the failure of the nation once known as America. Should interest rates become more lopsided, they will buy Italy next. The broad fields of New Hanover, therefore, represent to the gang and to the player a pure, wholehearted expression of radical freedom, made possible only by the wide-open countryside, slavery, and the elimination of all those who stand in our way. Just like in the real America, which historically killed up to 8 million people to grow corn, and we would do it again. Do not be alarmed,
Skeleton
though.
America.
I have absolutely no issues with the American government, because my true enemy is the American people, and there is still so much pain yet to inflict.
Poor skeleton guy.
Now I don't know where the hell we are, but you are going to be hey, Arthur. Here.
No, I doubt it.
Thing, Dutch.
I doubt it.
Sure thing.
That is the biggest horse I've ever seen. Dang. Biggest horse I was ever on was 17 hands high. I could almost walk under it without crouching. I don't know why that startled me. but it
I
did.
can get done.
So after a laborious moving process involving the careful transportation of the women and children, we find ourselves
Very
exploring the
careful.
wonderful, peaceful civilization of the state of Lemoyne. Meaning, of course, that I am blessed with the unique opportunity to discuss the topic of race relations in the post-Vellum South. A task which was apparently so hard for the devs that they simply set all plantation workers to be white people, so as to bypass the issue entirely.
Yeah,
Be
I
working
guess.
on your own land, you fucking Yakubian experiment. But we here on the Max0r channel are not ones to sugarcoat real history. Nor are we going to disguise the horrors sadly inflicted on the skeleton race. This being said,
Poor
I can
skeletons.
completely understand, as a historically accurate Arthur Morgan would in fact be throwing the hard R faster than he throws his bullets.
Arthur, can you explain what the hell you just did to me?
Well, Dutch, I just don't understand why I can't say it. I mean, Lenny says it all the
You
time.
can't say that word in camp, Arthur. It's just not our word, okay? You're gonna have to trust me on
Oh
this
my
one.
goodness.
Of course, I'm allowed to say it because I am the special boy who can say the special racism, but like...
You can say it.
More importantly, Lenny's a skeleton now, so honestly, at this point,
Poor
you're
Lenny.
being bigoted in two ways.
The Vanderlyn gang might be murderous, genocidal, kleptomaniacal, and against every form of law and basic reasoning. But we are not going to do a hecking racist Reno, and you
No.
will be forced to play the side mission where Bones and Lenny form a unique relationship of racial solidarity in
Really? Are they seriously with skeletons? I like the skeletons though. That's pretty fun.
opposition to the ruling capitalist class. And
Oh my
Arthur is just
God.
kind of like, you know, I feel pretty oppressed too with all the police chasing me, and Bones just kind of responds with, I'm sorry, Arthur, but you just wouldn't understand. Now, up until this
Yeah,
point,
I love it. It's like, that happens a lot. It's like, okay, pat. I was gonna describe a example from a game I recently played, but no, I won't.
I have been disguising a few important gameplay mechanics from you, which are all very important steps for Orchard to be Red Dead Redeemed or something. I wouldn't know. I didn't play the game. All this footage is from my secret evil twin.
Ah,
Starting,
good
of course,
secret
with
evil
your
twin.
health.
Trying to Roxanne.
representing the ability to get shot, which is restored by intentionally getting hit by small bullets so that you eventually build a resistance to big ones.
That's how that works.
Stamina, which is restored by stealing the food and cocaine present in unattended houses.
Yep, shopping is very important if you're playing a video game.
And most interestingly, the Deadeye meter, representing your ability to kill everyone very quickly.
Nice.
And a skill which I have hitherto not shown in the video because it is really bad looking on camera. Unusually restored only by copious amounts of drinking and smoking. Which means that yes, drinking is not only used for the arduous task of vehicular operation,
She's out like so quickly.
Mechanic, utterly vital to the flow of combat, and necessitating the vast majority of my dad's income when I was 7 years old.
Oh,
You
man.
can't really blame the guy since there are 13 different ways to drink alcohol in this game and 0 ways to drink water. Speaking of not drinking any water and
The water will give you diarrhea. You don't want to drink it.
rapidly filling my stamina bar, one of the best and most effective ways for Arthur to boost his endurance is the consumption of a special item known as Gamer Supps energy drinks, which has this
fun.
really cool mission about it where Arthur and Hosea offer the people of Rhodes various unique flavors of energy at only 40 cents per serving. Okay, everyone shut the fuck up, causing the local townsfolk
$40
to clamor to the
container.
video description, where they will use code MAX0r with a 0 for 10% off all products, featuring a wide assortment of delicious energy flavors such as the Chug Juice, Guacamole Gamer Fart
I like that.
9000, and Grandma's Ashes, which are all, of course, real flavors that you can actually buy, filling the local populace with so much energy that they enter a transcendent state of productivity known as getting fucked up on the subs, and attracting the attention
Yep,
of the
that
local
sounds right.
authorities at the presence of such criminal deals. Hundreds of people may be dead now, but that is how I keep the price low. Speaking of offering criminal deals and
Fair.
maintaining a defense against inflation, I probably should have mentioned by this point that Red Dead Redemption takes place in a fictional universe.
Ah,
Those
right.
who rightfully commit mass murder and arson are attacked by a special gang called the Police.
How dare.
Actually try to stop you from doing crimes.
What? They try to stop you from doing crimes? They don't just show up after the crimes have already been committed and say,
And the main plot of this game is centered around this very conflict. You might call it battery and assault. Dutch calls it keeping the rent low in our neighborhood. Law's been on us for a good time now, Black Lung. Maybe now's not the time for you to be hanging around.
Yeah, maybe Sean shouldn't be using that stupid Read It page so much.
No, come on now, Arthur. Reddit is my favorite website.
Well, can't say he didn't deserve it. This is, of course, in great contrast to how it is in real America, where the
Yeah.
police exist mainly to evict single mothers. But in the hyperbolic and unrealistic world of Tan Can Revenge 2, the police primarily try to stop you from killing people, cause you to kill more people in self-defense, shrug their shoulders 3 hours after a crime is committed, and
See, I
then
just said
send
that.
about 20 bounty hunters to annoy me instead. Founded upon a
see, he made the same exact joke I did. Just later.
system of bystanders and crime reports, meaning that if a person happens to observe your misdeeds, you are subtly encouraged to terminate the remaining witnesses. Sorry that I talk about everything in a really roundabout way, but you kill them. You drag them off cliffs, you shoot them, you make Julius Caesar look like a fucking joke.
Hey, speaking of, we just had the Ides of March. As I'm filming this, it's St. Patrick's Day on the day I'm filming this. But we just had the Ides of March, and I did watch a video about the Ides of March and the assassination of Julius Caesar on the Learns channel. So if you want to go check that out, well, you can. I prefer if you checked out some other videos on that channel, though. Preferably some of the other History Channel videos, because those are good, and some of them are monetized.
Aside from just stabbing all your problems away, there are 2 different methods to ensure that the police at least temporarily leave us alone, which I am fairly interested in doing considering that I need to repeatedly go to the bullet store for no particular reason.
No reason.
The first, of course, being to simply lawfully surrender and to successfully resist the temptation to reach for your gun, at which point you will be serving a $320,000 bounty for 10,000 counts of murdering officers,
Dang.
1,002 counts of murder, 437 counts of abduction, 3 counts of inducing vapors, 49 counts of horse inversion, 9 billion counts of assault, and at least 40,000 DUIs. 40,001 DUIs. And the second is to just pay off your debt to the state in cash, which usually totals to about 1/3 of the money you stole. Yes, I did calculate it. Yes, I
right.
did invest it on the cowboy stock market. And yes, I did lose it all on blackjack. Because this isn't actually about paying your debt to society. It's about your cut to the IRS. Which, of course, begs the question, if the gang is constantly being pursued by the police, and if that is a problem for us, why doesn't Dutch just go to the post office and pay his bounty? Is he stupid? The tranquil terrain and red roads of Georgia, therefore, represent the gang's ideal rebellion against a world far too civilized and far too willing to catch serial arsonists. Though, just like in the real America, everything is going to go downhill from here. And everything we do from this point forward is a raw statement of abject cruelty. It is all we have done. It is all we will do. The rapture happened in the year 2015, and 3 people were sent to heaven.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Actually, never mind. Everything is going to go really great. Because Dutch just texted me in Blue Archive and told me that he has a plan. We are going to Tahiti or some shit. Dutch, I am Arthur, and I am fucking constipated with tuberculosis. And, I can kill people. I can legally kill people and shoot them. Let's fucking do it, Arthur.
So we're having the purge for reals, huh?
There she is.
Fast food
A
cannon.
real city.
Yeah.
The future.
Yeah. With alligators.
Exactly.
I mean, if it's Florida, sure. That's probably their worst. There's alligators in Florida. Sure. Do they show up in Tallahassee? No, that's in the middle. Do the alligators show up in the big cities in Florida? Because I know that they show up lots of places in Florida and in like pools and stuff. I'm just not entirely certain if they show up in the bigger cities. Whee! Eject button! Ow! Evil Saint Dennis. Why is he walking? Why is he walking like the bug from Men in Black? Why is he walking like that? Is it just because he's drunk? Dang. Okay.
So after doing,
That.
whatever that was, I made that shit and I still don't know what I did. We awaken on the polluted shores of the city of Saint Denis, a major municipality of boundless beauty and classy commerce. Commerce that makes literally no sense, as Saint Denis' only route to the ocean takes us over a gigantic-ass waterfall.
Oh, great.
Which, no doubt, would complicate the gang's escape to Tahiti in unforeseen ways. Why are there so many boats here? Who is putting them in the harbor? How can they get to the harbor? I have nobody to talk to about this. So to escape the consequences of our crimes and get to said tropical paradise, Dutch has a well-thought-out plan.
Money
Of
Tahiti.
course he does.
Money Tahiti. Money Tahiti.
I think Dutch hit his head a little too hard.
Money Tahiti.
We're ready to,
Tahiti.
that's right, commit even more crimes and
Good.
get even more money. What could possibly go wrong? But first, we need to enter the big city by putting on an elegant disguise, utilizing the game's extensive and normal customization options
Yes,
to
very
convert
normal.
to Islam, and with God's help, play the rest of the game as the changed man Abdullah Morgan, which, although a powerful build option with a variety of unique abilities, unfortunately means that I'm required to abstain from drinking.
Oh, bummer.
Instead, we are just going to play the entire rest of the game looking like this.
Awesome.
This is entirely for gameplay purposes. The Pinkertons are simply very unlikely to see this and conclude that it is human.
Man. Also, that is quite a bowl cut, sir. Doc Ock wants his haircut back. And so does President Rutherford. Good lord.
Someone send the police after me because this shit is an actual crime. Now, other than role-playing as a recent escape from the Saint Denis Zoo, there are many
Albino
new kinds
moose?
of entertainment which we can seek in the heart of the big city, such as one, perhaps even 2 types of gambling and antagonizing the women's suffrage movement for some reason. But if
For
we
fun.
are desiring the true urban experience, there is no better place to be than the local theaters containing a myriad of impressive vaudeville shows, featuring fire-breathing dancers, exquisite comedic routines, 2250 rabid grizzly bears, and a musical performance about the existence of the telephone. Damn, that shit is gas. Finally capping off with an act in which the performer asks you to shoot him,
Oh, okay.
and then gets mad when you shoot him, as well as enjoying the novel and unusual Nickelodeons where the eunuch film pincher cuts his images very quickly. I'm really excited for the new movie, I say with excitement. Little did I know, it would be a feature. A creature feature. Featuring
The creature?
Though my personal favorite component of the American City experience would be catching a terminal illness and then going into permanent medical debt for it.
Yep,
which,
sounds
as we
right.
all know, was the ultimate goal of the founding farters. Really, Red Dead Redemption 2 is just a game that is absolutely brimming with a frankly unnecessary amount of detail.
I mean, he actually used Detroit. A lot of the times people use Chicago with that kind of joke.
So much so that it can sustain an entire YouTuber ecosystem whose job it is to point out things that are in the video game. And yes, while I might be a little bit guilty of that, the difference with my channel is that my videos are puzzles where you try to find the correct information. Like for—
I fail every single time, by the way. I fail every single time to find the correct information. I like his addition of this. I'm assuming the skeletons aren't real, so I am enjoying his skeleton subplot. I found that quite good.
For instance, did you know that in Blue Dude Bamboozle 2, in the mission where Sean dies, you will notice that his horse is missing. This is a subtle nod to the fact that in just a few moments, Sean's brain will also be missing. Did you know, if you happen to shoot a shopkeeper in the face, they will appear again with a large bandage but still serve you?
That's funny. That is definitely very customer servicey, huh?
Reference to the fact that they have forgotten us as a consequence of the brain damage.
Oh, okay.
Did you know?
I was thinking it was a consequence of them being in customer service, and therefore they have to be nice to people who abuse them. Because that's a thing.
Horse testicles do in fact shrink when cold. That is actually in the game, and I will not show you it. Can we do the next fucking joke?
Why did they put that in the game?
Did you know that if you shoot Javier, stab Dutch, cannonball Strauss, burn Sadie with a Molotov, drag Micah off a cliff, explode Ms. Grimshaw, tie up Lenny, punch Mary Beth into the atmosphere, drag Hosea from a horse, throw an axe at Abigail, give radiation to Kieran for being a Hibernian, perform a duel against Jack, drown Pearson, run over Bill with a stagecoach, and insult John in front of his family—
God, look at you fools.
John will be very mad with you. But my favorite detail in the entire game is that if the player donates $40,000 to the camp, and if this is before Dutch receives the traumatic brain injury that coincidentally makes him listen to Micah, the gang will finally have the money to journey down the waterfall and wash up unexpectedly upon the beautiful shores of Tahiti.
So all you have to do is kill everybody in your group?
We're after a long and arduous day of holding the W key for 4 minutes straight, and 1 minute gay allows you to access the game's optional happy ending, where the Vanderlyn gang comes together to perform their very first land acknowledgement, followed by a brief 4 more minutes of walking in chains as an apology for doing slavery and white settler colonialism. Adding the island quest to the game was certainly a choice, definitely a decision, indubitably a determination. And if I was Rockstar Games, I would probably try not to build a 2-foot prison for the player to show off my extinct iguana modeling and how bad everyone is at shooting things.
How the fuck did I miss?
But ultimately, it is a necessary prison for us to discover the deep underlying truth.
It does kind of feel like you took a hard left turn into Uncharted, doesn't it?
Tahiti was never truly a place. It was an elaborate hallucination. And
So they're also stealing from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
where good cowboys go to a farm upstate. Therefore, just like the rest of America, Arthur Morgan is now doomed to achieve only the worst possible outcomes, and will thus persist in defying all of the civilized world merely by continuing to live. Frankly, it is time for us to accept the facts. We are not going to escape civilization. We are not going to Tahiti. And I am an agent of the Antichrist. My videos are mediums for dark spirits, and that is how I get the game to look like this. Leaving us with only one pressing question for us to finally address.
I wonder if he likes the song When You're Evil by Voltaire.
What the fuck are we even doing right now?
Ballad of 1,000 Candles.
So after playing for 2 hours inside of the definitely optional side quest that definitely takes place in Tahiti, Arthur Morgan returns to the accursed land of America with a new, optimistic outlook on life and the universe, leading him to retire from the outlaw life in order to pursue his true passion of stalking and killing innocent animals.
Oh, good.
And with an excessive 234 different species, each with their own excessively long skinning animation, which the developers worked very hard on, so please watch the entire thing.
No.
We will not let you skip it. Each kill is a digital blood sacrifice to Satan himself. There is certainly a lot of hunting to be done, and a lot of places to travel in the meantime, such as in the gleaming forests of Roanoke Ridge, where we bravely fought 10 to 20 copies of Jack.
Oh, Arthur. I was just starting to dream the silliest,
Get him!
silliest dream.
Get him!
Yes, you will.
In the dang
I know, wait, what?
Silliest, softest of dreams.
Elon Musk having to fight off his 40 children to avoid paying child support. I mean, he did try and science them all to be boys. Weirdo.
in the dank swamps of Bayou Noir, where I was killed and eaten by many alligators.
Oh, good.
In the sunny plains of West Elizabeth, where we extincted the last remaining buffalo, leading us to interminable environmental collapse. In the beautiful vistas of Big Valley, where we shot at the hordes of perfidious Irishmen, an invasive species not native to the
All the Irish.
area. And in the deserts of New Austin, in the year of 2010, my dad bought a game for me called Red Dead Redemption 1, wherein I refused to play the actual game because I was too busy slaughtering and skinning all available farm animals in a 10-mile radius.
Great.
Not to sell their skins, mind you, just for the love of the game. Which I did dutifully and elegantly for the next 5 hours,
God damn.
until my dad told me that in order to keep playing the game, I had to stop doing that.
Yeah?
And as Arthur
Yeah, I
traveled
feel like as your dad, that would be concerning if you bought a game that's supposed to be this great open world like story game, and then like all you do is kill the animals. That's awful. That's like, do I have a serial killer in my house?
all across these United States, meeting numerous people and killing numerous more. He dwelled on all of the things that had brought him to this moment, and realized with an uncomfortable clarity that this was stupid. That no matter how many crimes he committed, no matter how much money he donated, it was never enough to satisfy Dutch's
All the candles, goddamn.
insatiable need.
Me crashing out after the injuries have caused me to become paranoid, and my friends and family.
An insatiable
That is so many candles.
need to buy more candles. And the more that Arthur gave to him, the more candles he always seemed to acquire.
That's crazy.
All the while, the man standing behind his shoulder, the man who fed into his worst impulses and darkest fears, was not the brightest wick in the candle store. And as Arthur gazed into the fireplace, wondering how he could have been so blind, and how he could be left in the dark for so long, as if a bright candle had just illuminated his darkest night, he had finally come to the realization that he alone had the power to end this vicious cycle, and that he alone had to put a stop to it once and for all.
He's gonna go kill Dutch. No more fucking candles. Imagine if they were scented candles, like a Yankee or something.
So as he rode
everyone a
that
headache.
long ride back to Roanoke Ridge, as he remembered every struggle that had come before, and all the people who had helped him get there. And yes,
all the
I am
people he
counting
killed?
skeletons as people. He
Good.
knew that this was going to be his Red Dead Redemption 2. For the PlayStation 4.
So many candles.
A lot of candles. Hurry.
We just got plenty of time, Micah. Time to discuss our finances.
Black Lung, you're back. Hooray.
That is quite a bit of candles, Dutch. No doubt expensive. Now, Dutch, I can hardly blame you on account of your traumatic brain injury, but as for Micah, well...
So why do you go back to kill MIR in the real game? It's not candles, but like, why do you do it? Because I know he's like, he modded some stuff, right? To like add some weird shit to the game. What's the real reason?
Micah's just fucking stupid on his own.
You know we need the candles, Black Lung.
We don't.
That's a goddamn lie.
Dutch.
Dutch, think of the value.
What fucking value, Micah?
They're an investment, Black Lung.
It all makes sense now.
No, it damn well doesn't.
Dutch. Think.
Dutch, it's getting pretty dark out. You wanna buy some candles?
Dutch! You left me.
Damn, everyone's back.
My boy. That was literally the point. You're fucking weird.
What?
Can you go away now? Perhaps I'm not the only one with brain damage.
That's right. Because I also hit my head too hard in a trolley accident. All that and so much more, Dutch. For fucking candles?
Be quiet, cowpoke. Be quiet. You live in the dark.
Excuse me, I've been trying to contact you regarding a free trial to the new...
What?
I always thought it was gonna be a Cart's extended warranty joke, but
Who among us? Among us? Is
Traitor.
with me? And who are you again? Forgot, I'm sorry.
Dutch. Don't do this. You can't sell him.
you held the gun first.
He's lying. He's lying, Dutch.
You ain't babies.
You eat babies? Are they gonna end it on a cliffhanger? Rude.
Come on, Arthur. Tahiti's just ahead.
Fuck off. No, I ain't taking directions from a deadbeat.
Come on.
You go.
Arthur, I told you I'd get to my child support payments after we got out of this mess.
I love you, random side character that I just met today. Now, I'll hold him off. Here. And promise me that you will go drunk driving at least once. I guarantee you it is quite the experience. Now go,
Arthur.
so that one fateful day,
Arthur!
you can achieve your Red Dead Redemption 2.
You're my brother.
I don't know who the hell you are. They should make a sequel game about you or something. Fuck it, I don't know.
Call it what? I don't know. This is not actually the end of the video. I have other stuff I want to show. Okay.
Hey, partner, I got a headache. You got some ibuprofen?
That'll solve your headache. Our Red Dead Redemption 2.
This one's for you, Arthur!
Whee!
Going into Tahiti!
Hey there guys, it's me, side character Max0r, out here building John's house during the middle of an actual riot. Listen, this has been a very long video with a diverse amount of visual effects, and I just want you to know that these take a very long time.
Yeah, I freaking bet.
The last video took a lot out of me because my workday is about 10 hours long in order to finish 30 seconds of video.
Yep, that
because
sounds
every
about
single
right.
shot in this video has around 3 failed prototypes, and that shot of John
And I guarantee you that at least half of those failed prototypes are copyright issues. I think that's probably why the colors change so often.
flying into his house had to be repeated maybe 12 different times. So be patient with the next project, please. I could just be making slop right now, but I choose
Like
to
me.
make garbage instead.
I like
And on that note, a big thank you to all the people at my Patreon, who are the only reason that a video like this can be made in the first place. And if you want to fund the creation of further questionable endeavors, the link to do so is in the description. I am still working on creating Max0r merchandise, but again, I am one person.
Yep.
And this video has basically put me on the edge of a mental breakdown.
That makes sense.
As always, more insane gacha game content to come. And I hope that all of you have a very lumbago Tahiti or something. Fuck it, just play this game already.
Cruel, cruel world, must I go on?
job, y'all. And again, like, he's impressive. Like, it is impressive, the amount of work that goes into his edits and his videos. It's absolutely bonkers. So, more power to you, dude. More power to you. I could never. I have tried. I have tried, actually, and I get about partway through something, and then I start deciding, well, no one's gonna watch it, so then I stop making it. I had like 3 theory videos started for Has Been Hotel. And then, then none of them ever came to fruition because, again, like I said, I would get halfway through one and be like, well, no one watched any of my interviews and stuff, so no one's gonna watch this. So there's that. Oh well. Like I said, he does a great job. The whole point of that was that he does a fantastic job, and like it does feel like a thankless task sometimes to do actual videos. So the fact that he does them, and he does them well, and he spends so much time on them, I'm just always good. Still have no idea what's happened in this game, but that's the kind of the point of a Max0r video. So thank you so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed. If you want to see more stuff like this, let me know. Tell me how the Red Dead Redemption actually goes, or if I should watch videos about it. And I'll see you later. Bye.